Hello cars, welcome to back to my channel, and this is Vedant, and the new car which I am reviewing is Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza. This is the keys in my hand. Keys looks kind of outdated as such. This is to lock and unlock the vehicle, and straight away from the front it looks quite bulky and stancy car. Chrome grazing over here, again little bit of U shape. It's type of Varga. Jokes apart, Suzuki logo over here. Main lights are the projector, then the low beam lights are the halogen, and a small LED DRL strip over here. So turning indicators are placed over here, and fog lamps. It is also an halogen setup. This kind of Bulgari treatment gives it little bit more macho look, and it looks kind distinct and bold because of its dimension, very properly proportionated. So it looks very bold as compared to its rivals. Its length is 4 meters, its height is 1.6 meters, its width is 1.7 meters, and the wheelbase is 2.5 meters. So yes, properly proportionated car. Big thumbs up for Suzuki. White color, in white color absolutely looks gorgeous, but you also have the dual tone roof treatment in which it looks absolutely bonkers. So let's open the engine bay. So yes, I opened it. So this is an DDIS engine, Maruti Suzuki's very popular diesel engine. It's 1.2 liters, and the power which is produced is in horsepower 90, and the torque is absolutely humongous for this size, 200 Nm of torque, and the CC displacement is 1248. So yes, bulky. There is the battery, and here is the engine coolant. So radiator placed over here, neatly finished, and this is fake, this is real. This little slot over here, this is fake, this is real, and this is real. So yes, little bit of fake stuff done over here, but still it looks nice. So let's close it. It's quite a bit of tough task because it is very heavy. Insulation right up there. So yes, from the front it looks very bulky and proportionated. And let's get to the side. And from the side also it looks very macho and bulky. It's not the dual tone. In dual tone it will look absolutely gorgeous. And Maruti plays with colors, so you have a lot of color options, and with it you could make what Brezza you want according to you. So engine wedging right up there. Turning indicator they could have placed over here. It is there in ZDI plus. So that brings me to the variants of this car. First is the LDI. There is no automatic in it. Then VDI manual. Then VDI automatic. Then ZDI manual, which is this car. And then ZDI automatic. Then ZDI plus manual. And ZDI plus automatic. So let's get to the wheels. Wheels alloy are neatly done. Disc brake right there, drum brakes at the back. So it's little bit of brushed aluminium feeling. So yes, it looks cool. And Apollo Analytic 4G tire rubber, and the wheel size happens to be 215/60/16s. So yes, neatly done, and not much to complain about these wheels because these handles very nicely. Coil spring suspension at the front. So let's get to the back, and that has a floating roofline type. So at the back also it looks properly bulky and proportionated and macho. It looks very cool. That fake skid plate continued over here. It has the sports package which just adds chrome bits, nothing else, and that's Maruti so-called sports package. They could have blackened it out, but they have done simply like this. So skid plate neatly done. Here is the exhaust of this car. Yes, no fake doing over here, no fake exhaust. Reflectors, parking sensors, 4 parking sensors at the back, little bit of chrome over here, also ZDI wedging. Then it is an halogen setup. The new car gets full LED setup at the front also. So brake lights, turning indicators, and reverse lights. Vitara Brezza proudly badged over here. Suzuki badging over here. Maruti Suzuki again badged over here. Same lights. Rear wiper with the rear defogger. And one thing which I noticed that this is placed over here to sprinkle and clean the rear windshield. So neatly done. High mount stop lamp in white color. Is there any antenna? Yes, there is a little antenna over here. So it has an electromagnet tailgate. What it simply does, that simply click it and you could open it. And hydraulic struts. So yes, boot is neatly done. Loading lip is little bit high. So yes, neatly spacious also. And this parcel tray, you could take it out and fold the seat completely proper. So you will get a flat floor. And these boot carrying capacity is 328 liters. So quite spacious. And let's check the stepney. And it's again the same. But the tire size, okay, the tire size happens to be 215, 60, 16. So same tire size but not an alloy. So let's close it. Now it's kind of a task. There's a medical kit also, as you can see. So it's quite a bit spacious boot. So let's close it. In white color, this car looks decent. But Maruti can play with lots of colors also. Let's get to the back doors. And the one thing which I will notice is that the door is quite a bit heavy. And it has a like of brush aluminium treatment. So yes, 1 liter bottle can perfectly sit over here. So in practicality, big thumbs up to Maruti. So let's get inside. Accessibility, not that great. So yes, all things are black, so you could feel little bit claustrophobic. And thanks Maruti that you have not given any sunroof. Come on, give it. So yes, this is an armrest. You could keep 2 cups over here. Neatly done, but fit and finish is complaining. This car is absolutely great condition. 60-40 split if you want to carry much more luggage. So 3-point seat belts. Here is the towing hook with a handle with a towing hook. You could open the door just like this and close it. No, it's not closed, Vedant. Okay, from here you could close like this. This is to control the window, sorry. So yes, the thing which I love about Maruti Suzuki cars is that how they done the seat. These quality and this quality, yes, little bit down on the quality side, but still it's very funky and cool to sit in over here with this special leather treatment. So yes, leather seats are the part of package. Here you could keep almost 3 kilos, max 3 kilos you can see. So yes, in practicality wise, this car has a big thumbs up. So like this the dashboard looks. The ZDI Plus variant gets the touchscreen over there. Whether this doesn't has a touchscreen, simple audio system. So let's get to the front right away. Again, the thing which I will notice that there is no keyless entry. So you have to open the key. Here is an illuminated sort of, and this key plate is also an accessory. It lights in the night. And when will you sit in the cabin, you will strongly recognize that it is very bold. See, nothing very premium touch and simple and decent layout. Not very premium also. So yes, so car, let's go to practicality. In practicality, this car scores very well. So here you could keep 1 cup again. The thing again which I didn't like it, that if you want to keep your mobile phone, you can't keep it anywhere, because this is too short to keep and this is too miserable to get, because it's not an easy to access point. And the steering wheel is small and chunky. This is to control the audio system. So like this, the driving instrument cluster looks like it. These round feels I don't like them much. It looks like a ball thrown from a cliff and it got shaped like this. They could give a simple round also, and it gets illumination around the side. So this is the audio system. So audio system is also good and decent as such. The speakers quality is not that top notch, but basic as you can say. 4 speaker system and 2 Bluetooths. Here is the automatic climate control AC, 2 zone. So here you can't keep anything, and unfortunately they have given over here the 12-volt socket, but still you can't charge your phone and you will get crumbled with your gears. So it's in 6-speed manual transmission gear. You could get it as an automatic also, but manual is best to go with. So this is for the audio, and this is for the Bluetooth. Accept the call and decline the call. This is the horn. 2 airbags. So yes, not very safe as such, because other cars like Ford EcoSport, when you gets more than 2 airbags, almost 4 airbags. Handbrake manual. So practicality wise, yes, this car scores. Again, thing which I didn't like about this is that the plastic quality. See, so flimsy everywhere. Wherever you will touch, you will not get that premium appeal from the car of this price. So yes, this is the sun visor. Here you could keep sunglasses also, sunglasses holders, and these lights are very easy to operate. See, neatly done. Well done, Suzuki. And this is again to operate 2 at the same time. This is for the reading light and quite a bit bright. This is the hazard lamp. AC vents very basically done, so not that funky and chunky appeal. So again the aluminium treatment over here. So yes, this is all about this car. Let's see how it drives. So now the car is driving in city traffic. So yes, the cabin insulation is not a great job. You could hear a lot from the engine, though from outside it is very refined, but from the inside you could hear. Yes, AC noise is also a little bit. At the idle traffic, the refinement level is quite a bit low, but when you will raise the speed, it will increase. So yes, AC works efficiently. It doesn't get the rare AC vent as the Tata Nexon. So yes, there are lots of minus points, but the plus point of this car is that because of it is boxy, you have a very practical cabin, not like that Nexon, because it has a little bit slopey roofline and it really has that SUV stance. Now the suspension setup is not very poor and not very great. It's decent. Yes, it handles the bump quite well, but it is an stiff suspension setup. So yes, you could not get a perfect sight of enjoying the ride, because big bumps will just shake you up. So yes, wipers work decently well. Lights, great job, and the LED ones, the new car which has, it is very cool. So this has a projector setup, as I have shown it before. So now let's get to the engine. I have told in starting only, but let's revise it again. So it is 1.2 liter diesel engine, DDIS. So it produces power of 900 horsepower and 200 Nm of torque. So yes, very torquey engine. It revs all about to 5000 rpm, but you could extend it little bit to 5500 rpm. So yes, not that free raving car, but still it is decent. Now yes, the power output is very nice on the torque, but little bit low on the horsepower. But when you are on highway cruising, you will not feel the shortage of power because of the torque. So, and another thing which I should complain, that cabin insulation, because of that you could hear a lot from the outside world. Not well done as compared to the Venue and the Nexon. So what are its key competitors? So if we will talk about those, so there comes the Ford EcoSport, Hyundai Venue, Tata Nexon. In the middle size has it is an entry size SUV, means sub 4 meter SUV. So yes, it can't compete against Creta and Seltos, but still It is a well packaged all-rounder as such. So the cabin quality, ride quality is also not that great. It feels very fluffy, soft. Because of that hard suspension setup, you will feel lots of up and downs of it. Actually, the Vitara Breza's pricing is little bit on the lower side as compared to its rivals, but still it is not cheap. The LDI variant costs you almost 9,90,000, so it's little bit pricey, but still it has that boxy and practicality in all the variants. So if you want a practical car, you could just go for a Vitara Brezza. So what are its key points? If you want to take an SUV, what are the key points you have to keep in mind? First, that is it a practical car or not? The second, that does it has then SUV appeal or not? Because lots of people go for an SUV, but they just don't see that does it have that SUV factor or not. And this Brezza has a lot to talk about because its ground clearance is almost 190 millimeters. So yes, in ground clearance also it's very high. And the seating position is also proper. The driver's side seat, you could adjust it. And the steering feedback is not that good in highway because it will feel very soft, but very great in city because it is very easy and light to tour. Now in terms of curb weight, this car has a curb weight of 1200 kilos. It is absolutely light as compared to its rivals because its rivals are almost 200 kilos heavier. So yes, because of deduction of steel, high quality steel is not there. Just for the chassis it is used the high strength steel, and other cheese are little bit cheap steels are used over there. So yes, in pricing, that's why the price is on the lower side, and because of that also the power and economy comes to a check. So yes, power is very torquey. This car will feel very effortless to drive in city and also in traffic, but it doesn't has that premium appeal. So we are going over the bump. Yes, so that hard setup. And the funny thing about this car is that its front suspension are okay, it's good, but the over the back suspensions, it is not really done a great job over there because it feels very bouncy. If you are on highway and you go up and down over there, you will feel very bouncy at the back. So it's quite a fun factor. You could customize this car in 100 of way because Maruti Suzuki has a lots of color options and trims option as such. So yes, now what is the final verdict about this car? If you want to go, can you go with this car or you should go for another car? So I will prefer, if you have a criticize of a proper SUV look, you could go for it because it has an SUV stance, not very funky look. It just looks simple and sober, but yet it has an SUV stance, and the plastic quality is not at all great, as I have told before. See, lots of hard plastic and cheap plastic materials. Glove box is decent sized, as it takes ages to open, but yes, glove box is decent size. Double glove box, 2 airbags. Not done Suzuki. Suzuki has almost give every car only 2 airbags. Even if it is an Alto, or if you go to an XL6, only 2 airbags. They have not even give a single car with 4 airbags in India. So yes, that's not a great factor. And chassis is very light of this car. That's why the curb weight is in check. So the final verdict about this car, instead of going through this, you could go for a Hyundai Venue or the Tata Nexon, which has a lots of equipments, loaded with equipments. But still, if you want an SUV size, you could go for it, and cheap maintenance cost and light spare parts price, you could go for it. But still keep in mind that it will not give that premium appeal as compared to its rivals. So yes, it's very rugged type of SUV as such. So this was my review about Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza, 2017 diesel model, 1.3 liter DDIS manual transmission, VDI. So yes, it is a long name. So yes, if you want little bit of funky look, you could go to Maruti Suzuki Nexa showroom and customize your car as you want. And there are lots of colors option also. Now in terms of economy, so yes, in city traffic it gives almost to 16 kilometers per liter. So yes, decent as compared to travel. In fact, it is great. And the engine in highway, it will give obviously 2 kilometers more, means 18 kilometers per liter. So yes, practical car as such. So thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, you could give it a like. If you didn't like it, you could give it a dislike. Thank you for watching. Stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.